Hi everyone, welcome. And today our podcast is on winning big in Asia, and we have invited Adeline Tiah. And Adeline is a head of marketing in the financial services industry, and she has a wealth of experience working for also other financial services companies as well. Hello, Adeline.
Hi, thank you, Patrick, for inviting me to speak.
You're welcome. And maybe you can do a quick intro about what you do and what you're passionate about.
Well, I have been a marketer for over 18 years. I started my career in marketing in the telco industry, where I actually look at the different spectrum of marketing, from advertising to loyalty marketing to brand advertising. Then I spent the next 10 years working in various financial institutions like HSBC and UOB. Then I took a career break to certify myself as a coach before I come back to work as a head of marketing in a financial institution again. So
Okay.
in my span of marketing career, I have actually handled a full spectrum of marketing roles, and I've seen my role as a marketer evolved over the years as well. In my earlier years, it was a lot of above the line advertising, big dollar spend, big advertising contracts. But over the years, I've seen how the marketing landscape has evolved with technology, and as in a more competitive landscape, business margins are squeezed, and the kind of conversations the marketers have with the senior management is about performance, right? So I have also taken, see my role as a marketer shift to be a more data-driven marketer.
So, Adeline, in Asia, how has consumer behavior and how has it changed for marketers?
Well, if you look at the past 5 to 6 years, right, you see the consumers' buying behavior, purchasing behavior have changed. With technology, consumers are going into the internet to make their, doing their research. They're going by word of mouth with social media platform. They actually do a lot of checks to friends and families and within the social community, and these influence how we market to them as well. Because building brand trust is no longer about putting out a message there and expect you to believe it. It's about how do we engage customers through the various means, and how do we engage them through various forms of medium, because today consumers make decisions, they go to different channels, offline channels, online channels, and even on the online channels, they have multiple screens, most of them on mobile phones. Even on the phones, they have different platforms to go through, be it Instagram, be it Facebook or LinkedIn or any other social platform. So again, as a marketer, the challenge is how do we get to the customers more incisively and to stretch the marketing dollar as well.
Okay, that must be an everyday affair that you have to come up against these challenges as well.
Yes, I mean, in the past, we don't look so much at programmatic buying, but these days we look into a lot more performance marketing, how we buy into media, how do we do retargeting, and consumers do not just, they may take a longer time to make decisions as well, because they have so many people that they can talk to, right, for references. So it's increasingly more difficult for marketers, or more challenging for marketers to actually also reach out to the consumers and break the clutter. So marketers need to be a lot more focused on business as well as the messaging that's relevant to them.
Out of this, I've asked other guests as well. Has there been any kind of challenge or any kind of things that didn't go so well? And what are the
Um,
learning lessons?
well, one of my experience is revolving around digital transformation, right? Because of there's so much the explosion of data, in with technology, and a lot of organizations are jumping into the bandwagon of digital transformation. And I've heard of, there have been organizations where they talk about digital transformation or business transformation for several years, and still never really got started. I think the challenge is really, when you talk about transformation, is about change. Anything to do with change, you need to be able to deal with mindsets and culture, right? To drive transformation, you need to have the right mindset for the people to embrace the change. And number two, you need to also be able to articulate the vision, and that's a leadership question, right? How do the leaders articulate the vision and sell in what's in for them for the change? And thirdly, it's about it's a bottom-up approach as well. All the staff need to be prepared, be willing to actually make the change. So when it comes to digital transformation, it has to start with cultural transformation first.
Okay, and this is something I think we hear quite a lot. It's not just one company, it's actually a whole group of companies that have struggled against this as well. And in reverse, has there been a marketing story where you enjoyed immense success?
Well, I have been to several different industries. I spent the first 10 years of my career in telco, where I actually saw how the company, I was involved in the launch of M1, okay, to see it through and see the company through a different stage. I was involved in launching the M1 Citibank co-brand card. It was a very successful venture because we, as a challenger brand, was able to collaborate with Citibank, which is a global bank brand name, to build the M1 brand. At the same time, we were able to help Citibank build their database by offering our customer base, the increasing telco subscribers, a free telco rebate through the card benefits. And as a result of, it's all about collaboration, right? That collaboration, we were able to lift both our brand as well as the customer acquisition. So that was one of the success stories. And in the banking landscape, I was involved in launching the inaugural HSBC golf event in Asia, specifically in Singapore. It's a global sponsorship strategy where we actually leverage on the global brand to sponsorship to drive not just brand awareness but business performance as well. Sponsorship has always been seen as just spending money to build the brand, but it's no longer that. It has to be something that delivers business value. For example, we actually created hospitality programs, not just for Singapore, for the other markets in Asia as well. And all the high net worth clients who come over to hospitality events, of course, they went through a whole concierge experience, and at the same time, we had RMs there to actually attend to them. That whole experience translate to business revenue along the way as well.
Wow, that
So
is
that
very
was a very
good.
good
Yeah. So you
platform.
could ROI on
Yes,
sponsorship as well.
yes,
Oh, excellent. My last question for today, and that's for the podcast. Okay, in Asia, what do you see as the one thing that marketers and business owners what they must do in order to win big in Asia?
Well, I think as a marketer, one of the things that we need to be aware of is we are into the fourth industrial revolution, and what that means for Asia is really we will expect to see more new technology coming up. Like blockchain is really in much use. We have AI, we have IoT as well, and knowing that what this technology means for the organizations and what it translates to marketers is important. And already China is a market we look up to for the early adoption of this technology. So out of this technology, one of the key use technology is artificial intelligence. There's huge amount of data in Asia, especially in China, right? And a lot of service provider in like the banks and the telco as well. So the use of data, the use of AI to actually to mine the data to help us understand how consumers' behavior have changed, to help us engage them better. At the same time, to help us develop innovative products and services. So that's one space that marketers need to be aware of and to learn to leverage on.
Excellent. With that, Adeline, thank you very much. We're going to say goodbye for now, but we'll see you at the Asia Marketing Summit where we'll go into a more in-depth conversation with Adeline Tiah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.